Hi there, Dave Struthers from Golf Ontario. I'm the Senior Director of Marketing and Communications at Golf Ontario, and we are here today to talk to you about our favorite subject, golf. I'm going to have two guests with me today, Mike Kelly, the Executive Director of Golf Ontario, and Dominic Geronimo, who's the General Manager of Woodington Lake Golf Club. And we want to talk to you today about two very exciting events we have added to our calendar in 2019, the Ontario Open and the Ontario Disability Championship, both going to be marquee events in our calendar of golf events, and we're thrilled to have them in 2019 and look forward to sharing them with you today. So first guest today is Mike Kelly. Mike is the Executive Director of Golf Ontario and has been instrumental in pulling these events together. So Mike's going to share a bunch of information about the organization and about the events. So Mike, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Dave.
Glad to have you here. So let's start with Golf Ontario. Tell us a little bit about Golf Ontario and what the organization is about and what it does.
Great, happy to. I think the first thing to know is that Golf Ontario is one of the biggest golf associations in North America. So from a state or regional or provincial golf association perspective, Golf Ontario has over 92,000 members, over 470 member clubs, and we serve a very big geographical area. Yes, we run championships and hand out beautiful trophies like that, but we do so much more. We grow the game, and I think growing the game is a critical role that we play together with our member clubs to produce heroes of tomorrow and golfers of tomorrow. And if you look at what Corey Connors did earlier this year, what Brooke Henderson's doing, we feel that we play an important role in their development, in the development of more golfers that play more golf more often. And obviously, we do really important things related to the game, like rules of golf, like course rating and handicapping, that are traditional and core to the sport of golf. But we have a brand new strategic plan that focuses on our relationship with the golf industry and with our golf clubs and golfers. And over the next 4 years, we have a very ambitious plan, Dave, that is going to ensure that we have a relationship that's based on value, and together we can grow the game and produce some more of those top performers of tomorrow.
That's great. Can maybe expand a little more on the strategic plan? I know there's been a lot of work gone into that in the last little while. Maybe some of the pillars, a little bit around the vision and mission of Golf Ontario to help the viewers understand that.
Yeah, absolutely. Strategic plans are really important, but the key to any plan is to ensure that it's an active living document that has complete buy-in. And this one took a number of months to put together, as you know, Dave. But I think we landed in a place that's really important and will have a meaningful impact on the sport of golf in Ontario. At the top line, some of the important pieces from a vision standpoint is really toward a nation golfing. We believe in Ontario, we're the largest province. We have a leadership role to play in growing the game, not only here in Ontario, but getting more people to play across Canada by leading the way. From a purpose standpoint, we believe that we are shaping lives through golf, and it's something that we have complete staff buy-in and board buy-in, and our volunteers that do this every single day. And it's really important that we have the opportunity not just to serve golf, but use golf to serve the communities that we live and work in. And we've kind of broken the plan down into 4 different pillars or sections. Participation should be an obvious one. It's one that, again, we need to work together with everybody in golf to try to drive more kids to play, more women and girls to play, and ensuring that we are providing the opportunity for everybody to play the game. Performance, I've talked to already a little bit about. The performance side of things is a role that we play together with the ministry and the government in Ontario. And we work through a long-term player development guide that really is focused on youth, but developing champion traits in order to give them the best opportunity to succeed in the future, whether it be on tour, whether it be in getting a scholarship, or even helping them later in life competing as an amateur for some of the championships that we run. The third is leadership, and I think that's a critical piece for us and really in establishing the leadership position we have in the sport in general in Ontario. And that speaks to membership and driving new member clubs. We have a very ambitious goal of getting every facility in Ontario under the umbrella. to be part of this together so we can drive the growth and the future of the game together. We also have the rules of golf. World handicapping is going to be coming into play beginning in 2020. So there's lots of great opportunity there, but we need to be leaders in these different important facets of our business to ensure that we're successful moving forward. And fourth is one of those key pieces. It's those organizational tenets that are key to ensuring that we're governing this association and this business to the best that we can, together with our board of directors, and so that speaks to our making sure that we have a solid workforce, both from a staff perspective and volunteers, that we're continuing to look to driving revenue to be reinvested back in the sport. So we have four pillars. All of them are very important. Over the next 4 years, we really want to drive partnership, and one of those other threads to this strategic plan is diversity and inclusion. And I'll speak to that a little bit later with our Disabilities Championship, and because that is one way that we are trying to move forward. But we, together with Golf Canada and all of our clubs, want to make golf more accessible for all Ontarians, and we hope to make some traction there in the next 4 years.
That's great. Thanks, Mike. So Mike spoke about performance. I mean, one of the key things that Golf Ontario does is put on amateur championships and championships in general in golf. And we'll do about 30 of them in a year with about 100 events, including qualifiers. So it's really a significant opportunity for young and old golfers to get involved with the game at a competitive level and test their mettle out on the course, which I know for myself is a little more challenging when you're out there and the 2-foot putt means something. So it's a pleasure to watch some of our participants in our championship. So that's really why we're here today, is to talk about two new championships or returning championships in the schedule, the Ontario Open and the Ontario Disability Championship. So, maybe you can, I think the first thing we might want to do, we have a great video that we have. If we can maybe roll the video there, it'll give a little indication of what these championships are all about, and then we can talk about them a little bit. So look forward to watching the video.
Well, great news. I hear the Ontario Open is back at Whittington Lakes. It's an event I played back in the 90s, and it's glad to be back. It's, has great prestige. Sam Snead and George Knudsen and Mo Norman have won there. So to have another playing opportunity for these young and up-and-coming professionals and amateurs to hone their game and just to have another place to play in a big tournament. It's great to see.
Just heard the great news about the Ontario Open returning this year to Woodington Lakes. It's one of the oldest open tournaments in the world and has some great champions, including Sam Snead, Mo Norman.
Hey there, just heard the great news that the Ontario Open is starting again. It's awesome to see Golf Ontario, the PGA, and professional tours working together to make the event happen. Really exciting opportunity and great venue this year at Whittington Lake Golf Club. So hope everyone enjoys it.
So as you can see from the video, we're thrilled to have these two championships back in the mix for 2019. The Ontario Disability Championship, a brand new championship for Golf Ontario, and the Ontario Open, really one of a storied championships that's been around since 1923. We're bringing back into the mix in 2019, and we're doing this with a fantastic partner and host at Whittington Lake Golf Club. So let's start with the Disability Championship. Mike, if you could maybe tell us a little more about that. You mentioned inclusion and diversity. Maybe touch a little more for the viewers on the Disability Championship.
Absolutely. We are thrilled to be able to bring this championship to Golf Ontario and to the golfers in Ontario that play this game and love this game that have a disability. I think what's also neat is that we're the first to do it. So this is the first provincial championship in the country. It is going to be a ranked event with the European Disabilities Golf Association. So all the athletes will have an opportunity to get ranking points through this event. And it's a 2-day event. And it is going to be unbelievably inspirational to see this. The vision for this event actually started with the Invictus Games that was at St. George's a couple of years ago. And I think what hit us was that we needed to play more of a role in ensuring that clubs had the knowledge to really ensure that they could open up their doors and provide an opportunity for anybody to play. And we can help by running a championship like this. We can create a platform to start that conversation. And I think that's what it's really about. And we're really excited. We'll have golfers from both Ontario, in Canada, and internationally playing. And this event will grow in stature, no doubt, over the next few years. And we're really excited to get this event off the ground this coming year.
That's great. Sounds excellent. So we're excited about Disability Championship. We're equally excited about the Ontario Open. So we got just a couple minutes here left. Talk to us about the Ontario Open and what that's going to mean to the golfing landscape here in Ontario.
Yeah, well, to bring this beauty, this championship back, that cup there is circa 1920, one of the oldest Open championships in the world. I think one of the reasons why we brought this back is it also serves to bring all of the golfers together. This is about bringing amateurs. This is about being PGA professionals at the club level. And this is also about tour players coming together for one championship to crown one champion. And when you look at the champions that are on that trophy, whether it be Mo Norman or George Knudson or, of course, Sam Snead, it's a little overdue, but we're really happy to bring it back this year together with our partners at Woodington Lake.
I mean, Sam Snead is the biggest, has won the most PGA Tour events in history, and the fact that he's a winner of the Ontario Open is pretty great. So maybe talk a little bit in the last half a minute or minute or so about the players, some of the marquee players that will be joining us for this year's event.
Yeah, well, we have a number of them, but I'll highlight a few for you. So David Byrne, I'm not sure if yours will be familiar, but David was a very accomplished amateur and was the winner of Big Break, which is really neat. Great story to get to know a little bit about him. Drew Nesbitt actually holds the Latin Tour record for 59, playing on that tour, and he's played also in a couple of other PGA Tour events, which is great. And finally, Ian Leggett, PGA Tour winner, GM at the Summit Golf Club. Those are 3 excellent ones. And finally, we have some new celebrities to add to the mix. Both Damon Allen, Toronto Argonauts quarterback star, and Daniel Alfredson, holding the record for points, goals, and assists with the Ottawa Senators, are also going to be playing in this championship. So overall, it's going to be a great field.
That's great. So that's great. Good view. Great time to go to break now, and we'll come back after the break with Woodington Lake Golf Club and talk a little more about the host facility. Thanks, everyone. Welcome back, everyone. We are here today talking about 2 exciting new events in the golf calendar for 2019, the Ontario Open and the Ontario Disability Championship. We just heard from Mike Kelly from Golf Ontario, and we're thrilled to have Dominic Geronimo here today with us from Woodington Lake Golf Club, our host facility for the next 5 years for the 2 championships. So Dominic, welcome. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
So tell us a little bit about, we're thrilled to have you guys as partners, as host of the championship for the next 5 years. Tell us a little bit about why Woodington Lake wanted to become host course.
Well, Woodington Lake was looking for a world-class event to tie into, and we felt that the return of the Ontario Open and the inaugural Ontario Disability Championship would be a wonderful way to do that. And a great way to showcase the golf course to golfers across Southern Ontario, and at the same time to take an important step for the industry as a whole to showcase golf in Ontario.
Excellent. So let's talk maybe a little more about the facility, help the viewers understand a little more about your course, the location. I understand there's new ownership. That's going to be a huge piece of the facility moving forward. Share some of that information with us.
Sure, thank you. The new owners, both the Chetty and Salvatore family, took over in January, and they've made a commitment to bring the golf courses and the facility up to championship standards. They're wonderful golf courses in design, beautiful clubhouse by the lakeside, a fantastic venue for weddings, social events, golf tournaments. And then we have two golf courses, one that's more traditional through wooded areas and different elevations. It's a very challenging track, but also very scenic. The newer course is more open, link style of golf course, but plays very long, and it can be challenging as well.
That's great. Yeah, we played the course a few weeks back for Media Day, and we played the Legends course, and it certainly was a challenge. We actually played it from the tips with Damon Allen, and it certainly beat us up a little bit for sure, but it'll be a very good test, I think, for the players come championship week, so we're looking forward to that. So tell us a little bit about Tottenham. Obviously, it's the local community that the course is located in. Maybe help the viewers understand a little more about the city of Tottenham.
Yes, it's just a little bit north of Highway 9, between Newmarket and Orangeville. It's a wonderful little community. It's only about 30 minutes north of the city, so it's not that far. And we feel as though we're an important part of the community, and we appreciate the being in that community. They're very supportive, working with local businesses there to build tourism, and our hopes are over time to create more of a resort destination at Woodington Lake.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a great point. It really, where its location lends itself well to that. The property is fantastic, and because of its relative closeness to Toronto, but you still feel you're getting out of the city. It is a nice escape, either for golfers or someone looking for a weekend. So I think those are great plans. So, obviously these events do not run themselves. It takes a lot of people to put on events like this. Maybe talk a little bit about sponsors, volunteers that are needed, some of those areas that some of the local folks can help out with to make this really what we believe is going to be a world-class special event for the community and the golfers in the province.
We're very blessed to have both Moosehead Breweries and TaylorMade be our presenting sponsors, and we thank them for their commitment to help bring this event back to life, and also to present the Ontario Disability Championship to golfers in Ontario, and in future years to Canada and internationally. We're also fortunate to have Beatty's Distillers, Lavazza Coffee, Tre Amici Wines, as well as Turf Care Yamaha supporting the event. Of course, we could always use more sponsors. There are many other aspects of the event that we would enjoy having other sponsors be part of it. We are definitely going to need a lot of volunteers. These are two big events with a lot of moving parts. We hope to have as many as 100 volunteers. For the volunteers, it's a great way to be part of an important summer event, and if you love golf, there's nothing better than being part of a championship. All the buzz that you have during the 3-4 days that the events are taking place, and you get a lot of some special goodies like a Golf Ontario golf shirt no one else will have, a cap, and obviously some meals and refreshments. So it's a key part of holding a successful event are the volunteers. So if anyone's interested, they should go to the website www.theontariopen.ca. There'll be a page there for volunteers.
Excellent. Yeah, I think if you go to the Ontario Open site and click on, there's a tab for volunteers, you can get the information needed. As Dominic has said, it is a great opportunity for someone who loves golf or someone who's just interested in participating in the event to really get an inside the rope access. If you watch the British Open on the weekend, I think some of the volunteers there, just the experience that you could tell that they had, it was really something special. So these are going to be some of the best golfers in the province, whether disabled golfers or some of our professionals, and it'll be well worth it for the volunteers, I think, to get out there. So we're excited about that. I guess, is there anything else from a event standpoint as you look at the week and the championship week that Woodington Lake will be doing to really create an atmosphere of world-class event type stature?
Well, we are our golf courses are going to be set up to be in peak condition. So I think, especially in the Ontario Open, the golfers are really going to appreciate the conditions of the course. We're doing a lot of bunker work. All of our greenside bunkers are going to be redone by the time the championship comes around. We'll have a beer garden for the public. We hope we get a lot of spectators. We'll have some bleachers set up around some key locations. So there'll be a lot of festivities during the entire event.
Yeah, I will reiterate what Dominic says there. This is going to be a great spectator event. The tickets, there are no tickets. It's free admission for anyone wanting to come out. It's a great event towards the end of the summer to bring your kids and really see some of the incredible golfers that this province and really this area, it is an open championship, so it won't just be coming from Ontario, but I think I believe we have a entry already in the disability championship from Finland, so there'll be people from all over the world. So it really is, from a spectator standpoint, going to be a great chance to see the property and also, of course, see the fantastic golf that's going to be going on. So we're thrilled to have Woodington Lake as a partner. We believe this is going to be a long-term venture, and we're going to continue to build this championship from year one into something that truly is special, and it's going to be an event that all of our players want to play in. So, I guess I want to expand a little more on the two courses. Maybe if you can highlight a little more of the difference between the Legend facility that the Ontario Open will be played on and the Legacy course that the Disability Championship will be played on. That would be great.
Yes, the Legacy course, as I had stated before, is a link style. So it's more open, so it'll be a lot more accessible for disabled athletes. Easier to find the ball and easier to play through to the green. So it sets up well for the golfers, and it's also a learning experience for us in hosting future events for the disabled and also the everyday golfer. The Legend course, of course, is older and through very mature forested areas and meandering around lakes with some challenging dog legs. It'll be exciting to see how well the pro and top amateur golfers are going to compete on that course.
Yeah, you can see, I think, on the screen right now, some of the I believe it's hole 18 is on the screen now. So as I said, when you look out at hole 18 on the clubhouse, it is a spectacular view for anyone who has not been up to the facility. It really is one of the best finishing holes, I believe, in the province, and certainly will be a test for the players as they come through 18 on the Legends course. So yeah, thank you for that. That's exciting. And then there's a picture of the clubhouse as well. You can see, again, speaks to it is a big property. It's got rolling hills, as Dominic has said, and it really, truly has some spectacular vistas and holes, and again, will be a great test for our players. We're certainly excited about both championships. I think the Disability Championship is a unique one. Obviously, it comes with its unique opportunities and challenges, but it's one that we're most thrilled with in terms of bringing that as we think about growing the game. So we appreciate the support of Woodington Lake, and I think the Legacy course will be an excellent course for that. But the trophy beside us is going to be something. We've got a female and male division here that they'll be competing for, as well as net and gross. So it really will provide a whole bunch of golfers in this province and around here the opportunity to compete in a championship that they may otherwise not be able to. So again, thank you to Woodington Lake for the support on that. So we've got about 3 minutes left. I mean, let's maybe talk a little more about the Ontario Open. It will be the marquee event here. We've got some golfers, anything from a golfer experience standpoint that Woodington will be looking to do to really create something for those players that have either qualified or gained exempt status into the championship?
Well, first of all, we're very honored to be hosting the championship and our role in both events. Our objective is to make the Ontario Open look and feel like an international championship. So right from their first visit and registration, along with Golf Ontario, we're going to make sure their experience is very much like an international championship. We believe that the Ontario Open should be an important date on every golfer's calendar. So we'll do everything possible to make sure that experience is equal to it.
Well, we look forward to doing that together with our two organizations. I think it's been a fantastic partnership so far, and I believe that will continue through the championship. Just for the viewers, again, www.theontarioopen.ca is the website. You can get all the information there about the championship. The Disability Championship will be on the front end of Championship Week. It will take place August 24th to 26th. The practice round will be on the 24th, and then the championship rounds will be on the 25th, 26th. And then the Ontario Open will start on the 26th with the practice round Monday, the 26th of August, and then 3 championship rounds, 27, 28, 29, and we will have some great events. Chris Barkley is a up-and-coming country singer. Will be playing at the opening event, the closing event of the Disability Championship and the opening event of the Ontario Open. So some exciting news there to bring, again, some excitement, not just from a golf standpoint, but from an entertainment standpoint as well. So we're excited about it. Again, we would love to have more volunteers. The more volunteers we have, the better experience it is for spectators and for championships. So anyone who is able to get out and help us that week, you can go to the Ontario Open site and click on volunteers. And so yeah, and spectators, just again, we're looking forward to putting on a fantastic event with Woodington Lakes. So Dominic, thank you to you and your team for joining us today and being our partners, and we look forward to hosting a fantastic event together. And for our viewers, thanks for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you at the end of August during Championship Week at Woodington Lake Golf Club.
Thank you, Dave.
Thanks.